Another extremely important thing to know before we start dodging and burning that is very useful for dodge and burn, actually not useful, but it's something you must know for dodging and burning, is the difference between opacity and flow. Actually, there is not so much to explain, but important is to see the difference between these two. If we have opacity and flow at 100%, we will have simple line and nothing more. So let's see what is happening when I'm taking down opacity down to 20%. I'm going down and I'm getting only 20% of the color I had. So 20% of the opacity of the black color I have. Okay, and now let's take down the flow down to 20%. What you can see, flows gives us quite ugly results, and the reason why is giving us these results because we're working with hard-edged brush. But it's still good to show you the example. I have turned off the pressure and build up option, so only one thing that's happening, as you can see, the flow, you can notice what horrible thing it's doing. However, when we paint over and over in one place, we get in back to dark color. In opposition to opacity, opacity gives you always the same values. So that's the first basic thing. Let's go back to 100 and let's start working with soft brush. I'm going to take down the hardness to 0 and we're going to see once again the results. As you can see, first line, thick black line. I'm going to take opacity to 20% right now, and we get in again this soft gray color. But I'm going to do the same with the flow. Now it will all become smooth. The color is a bit different, and when I'm painting over and over, this looks much nicer at the moment. We don't have this horrible banding anymore, and you can see what flow gives you. Flow gives you really nice opportunities to work. When we paint over and over, we don't have to pick up our pen, or whether unclick if you're using the mouse, what is happening with opacity, because you cannot get more, of course. You have to pull it up and paint once again, pull it up, paint once again, and over to get darkened color. With flow, you don't have this issue. You don't have to pick up anything, but you have full control on what you're doing. Let's go more into this. If we go into choose build up option for flow, which is even more useful, and we're going to talk a bit more about this subject. When we're going to stop, as you can see, it's also building up the values. So with such as settings for dodging and burning, knowing how flow works and opacity, it can help you actually a lot with your dodging and burning. It gives you this really nice soft sensitivity to paint over using flow. That's all the basic information you need to know at the moment. And also about the opacity, as you can see, when we stop, it's not building up the color, but it actually builds up only the range of your brush, but it still stays the same. So these are the main differences between opacity and flow. And some people say opacity is better, some people say flow is better for dodging and burning. It really depends on you, what you're going to use for the colors. I usually take down the flow and I operate with flow. It's giving me much more comfort. I like to paint, I like the natural feeling that flow is giving me, and I believe you can see right now, and you could see on the previous example how comfortable flow can be.